right. Well, thank you so much for coming here and hanging out with me. Today, we're going to be talking about how to get ideas for printables. Okay. Before we get started and before I share what I do, I would love to hear what you do when it comes to getting ideas for printables, just so that we can kind of get our brains working a little bit. Um, Tell me what you do because everyone might be different, right? So you might already have the niche that you're in and you just create printables or content around one specific niche. Or maybe you've never created a printable before and you want to and you have no idea where to start. Or maybe you are in a specific niche and you like to get into different niches creating printables. That's kind of where I am. I'm in the niche of content marketing and publishing and making money online, but I like to create printables in other topics just because I can, right? And I know how to do it. So let me just get an idea of what you're here for and how you go about doing it. And if you're watching the replay, let me know in the comments section. We've got Etsy bestsellers. Okay. Ah, Dottie. Okay, I like it. Actually, those two keywords are something that I will add to the next slide. So some of you know the direction that you want to go in, and others are like, oh, okay, I've never created anything. And the reason why I love printables and this business is because literally anybody can come in and do this and start making passive sales online. And I don't want to get into my whole history about how I came about making money online, but it had to do with writing books that were minimum 23,000 words. And that took a long time, and I almost want to cry thinking about it because the opportunity that we have today in making money and putting content out there and it not taking a long time. And even if we didn't want to hire one person to help us, we would be able to do it. And it wouldn't take more than a day to get something out there, right? And we could, if we're um, dedicated enough, we can put out printable after printable after printable and see what sticks. We can get creative. And again, real money is behind this. Everyday people are just coming up with ideas from silly, easy to extravagant and creative and complicated, all the whole spectrum, and they're making passive income. So that's why this is an amazing opportunity. Okay, so let's cut to the chase right here. I'm going to go to my next slide, and as promised, I have to credit, hold on, lists and guides. Who wrote this? Let me just see. Lists and guides, Dottie. So you gave me these two ideas, so I credit you. So what we're going to do basically, and this is what I do when it comes to, well, let me kind of figure out what I want to do a printable on. I'm just going to head over to Etsy, and this is what I already want to start thinking of before I even go to Etsy. So basically I'm going to search printables because that's what I want to do and I want to get ideas, but I also want to keep these other words in mind: shortcuts, checklists, planner, template, agenda, cheat sheet, design, assignment, ideas, study, lists, guides. Because these are all keywords that people type in what they're looking for. So, if we want to backtrack and put ourselves into the customer's head, we're saying, okay, what what am I looking for? I'm looking for something that's already made that I can use for quick reference or help that I don't have to do myself, right? Because I don't want to take the time to do it. I don't know how to do it. I just want something that's done. I want to purchase something and and I want to use it, right? And this is in any niche. So let's say I'm trying to save money. Maybe I'm looking for a money saving checklist, monthly money saving checklist. Maybe I'm looking for a money saving cheat sheet, something that tells me little things like cut out coupons or don't eat breakfast, don't get Starbucks every day for 30 days, right? Something like that. Okay, so we want to put ourselves in the mind of the customer when we're creating things like this, because the whole point is that we want to make our customers' lives easier and we want them to love us. Okay. And then this video here is sponsored by Craft Inspector. You may have seen the emails that I sent out. We're going to be looking at that software today. That's at debdrum.com/craft inspector. Did I say instructor? I meant inspector, Craft Inspector. And it's a little tool that helps us really dive into what's selling on Etsy at a glance and what kinds of things are popular, what are the keywords that if we want to make a printable or on a related topic, what are some tags and keywords that could get our listing more visibility. And I've been using this tool since it came out. I'm just going to pop it in the chat box here if you're interested in taking a look at it. And also when you purchase through my link, you get a bonus automatically delivered that just shows a little bit more about how I use the tool and how I go about finding printables to make myself in my own business. Okay. So with that said, what we're going to do is we're just going to head over to Etsy and we're going to just go here and put in the word printables. And what this is just going to do is it's just going to give us some ideas on niches, on things to create, right? So for me, and I know that these types of printables like calendar printables, even baby shower stuff, it doesn't really excite me. Like I will never create something like that just because I don't want to compete with somebody on Etsy who's in the business of making calendar printables and they've got one listing that has 8,000 printables within their listing. Like I can't compete with that. I have no interest in doing that. So, you have to, if you don't either, you kind of have to think beyond that and also realize that calendars and planners are not the only printable type stuff that you can do on Etsy. And again, the reason why we use Etsy and the reason we go straight to Etsy is because it's the easiest place that you can put up something for sale to get instant visibility if you do it right. Okay? So just by putting in the word printable, like these to-do lists, again, same thing, right? It's a little bit competitive, but these planners here, you see how a lot of people who are selling these types of things, they just pack their listing and they price it so low that it's going to be very hard to compete with. But you also kind of just want to look and see, the quality of stuff. You want to also be open and looking at how the listing is, what graphics are being used. So it's kind of nice just to see, oh, what kinds of things are selling. And look, ooh, here's another keyword here, challenge. I like that one. Challenge. So these are just things to get us thinking. Checkbox. I'm interested in challenges now because people love challenges. Look at this. 75 hard challenges. Follow a diet. No alcohol. So you can make challenges for specific niches, right? Save $50 a week challenge. Money saving monthly challenge. Fillable. That's another keyword. Fillable. I love that. Fillable. So you see here how what my thought process is as I am looking at these listings, right? So this is how it happens. This is how ideas get generated. The reason why challenge is really sticking out to me because a lot of online marketers do challenges. But so let's just say we're interested in challenge, right? And we can head over to the craft inspector here. And this is the tool that I absolutely love. So there's really good training that goes along with this tool. It's very, very helpful and very straightforward. The gentleman, the marketer who created this tool, he's very savvy. And I actually did a Mac update the other day, and there was already an update to this tool. So I'm extremely happy with this because it actually works. And it's like a magic tool. I highly recommend it. So let's just say we're interested in exercise challenge. So what I do, how I use this tool is I just go over to product search. There's a lot of different things that you can do here and search. You can search a specific shop, right? A shop is just this guy right here. So this is the shop name, Being Happy Prince. So what it does is it analyzes the keywords, it analyzes everything about that shop if you're interested in competing against that shop. The reason why I just like the product search is because if I have an idea or just something that comes to mind like challenge, then I just go ahead and I put in that keyword. You could either remove the ads or ads only or include the ads. I would tend to remove the ads because why would you include ads? It doesn't make sense. And then there's all these things you can do: page ranges, set the first page results. So if I just click search here, it is going to bring up all this data here. Look at this 30-day ab challenge. So what I'm looking for and looking at, James says it's fantastic and the upgrade is well worth it. Okay, good. So what I'm looking for and at in this chart here is, for me, before I even care about the keywords and everything like that, I'm really looking for I am looking at the hearts because that's an indication that people are really liking something, right? I'm also interested in, I know these are kind of covered here. I'm also interested in the shop sales. So, and I'm also interested in the reviews. Let's say I want to take a look at this 30-day ab challenge here. So this shop has 66 sales. Okay, there's only 4 reviews here. If I look at this product itself, so I can easily compete, do a 30-day ab challenge printable and easily compete with this. So at this point of the stage of the research, you really want to now turn your brain into the product that you want to create. Okay, so you want to be thinking, well, how do I compete with this? Or more so, how can I create something that's better or different? Okay, we don't want to be creating the same thing as our competitors because that's just cheating and it's stealing, and it's dumb to do that, right? So unless, it's just not right to create something that's exactly the same as somebody else. And it's pointless if you're not sending your own traffic over anyway. So we want to be different and we want to actually give something valuable to our potential customers. Now, let's just put ab challenge. So this is interesting. I mean, and this is not prepared at all. This is how it works. Like you just search something and then it opens up kind of this whole world of doing research. Sometimes you can get stuck in kind of a rabbit hole and just start looking at stuff and getting sidetracked. But as you can see here, there's not a lot of really great, amazing printables of abundance on ab 30-day abs challenge. And what's nice about this example is you see here the 30-day challenge tracker. What's the difference between a 30-day challenge tracker and a 30-day ab tracker? Well, the ab tracker is very specific, right? The more specific you go, the more you're going to connect and resonate with your potential customer. So the reason why I'm guessing is this 30-day tracker, challenge tracker is not doing so hot is because it's not, it's not specific. So it works for some people, obviously. It might be exactly what somebody's looking for. I would prefer something, and this is good that they're using something like that. I would prefer something that's specific to what I want to challenge myself in, right? So if I was working on a printable, I would want it to say my 30-day ab tracker, exercise tracker, whatever it is, right? So if we just go back to the craft inspector, we can start to dive into now. Let's just see if we're interested in doing this particular printable. I scroll over. What's really, really cool is that it gives me the exact tags that somebody is typing in, and what and how this listing is being shown, right? So if somebody like types in these keywords and because in the title it's so not a lot of listings come up, the opportunity for an ab challenge is wide open. So anybody can just go in and do that. But these are the types of tags you might want to dive in a little bit more. Let's say if we just do, this is the kind of stuff that we want to do. So let's say we're interested in doing something like an ab challenge or workout, maybe going for the workout keyword is better than the challenge keyword. Okay. And then we want to start seeing, well, here are these ab workout printables, right? What are the other types of keywords that are being used that maybe might be a little bit more searched, or it might resonate or sell better? Having that in the title, having another keyword in the title instead of it being a challenge, it's a workout. Now, I don't know the answer to that because, only the research will tell me. 125 sales for this easy little printable that probably took less than a half an hour. I'll take it. I don't care. Especially if I've never made money online. These are the things that we have to start doing to start generating that confidence that you can make money online. And this is the best way to do it, right? So I highly recommend the Craft Inspector because it just gives you everything at a glance, and it gives you more ideas of what kind of keywords to use, what kinds of things to search for. All right, we got some people who are pumped here, ready to start creating, ready to start using Craft Inspector. Yeah, so basically it's free to get on Etsy. That's another reason why I like it. They are taking a cut, of course. They don't do this for free. But it's a win-win because you get instant visibility and you get sales and passive income. Does this work for? Yes, it works for all types of products that are on Etsy. It's not just for printables. The only reason why I teach printables is because I'm in the business of content. So Elizabeth, if you make jewelry, it works for that too. Thank you for joining me here today. You can see the thought process. Again, I didn't prepare any of this. In fact, I just decided to go live, I think this morning. That's when I set this up and said, hey, let me just do a live training on, and I'm sure there are other people out there that do this process even better than I do, but this is what I do. This is how I do some research, and this is how I make how I go about making the printables, and but more so doing the research and then really diving into the thinking and the thought process of, well, how do I compete in this niche and how do I do something different than what's already out there? Because that's what's going to make or break your sales. If you just like only do a silly printable and only care about keywords, it doesn't matter the visibility that you have because nobody's going to buy it. You have to actually make something that's good so that you do make sales. And it's all in this research here that I showed you today, and really looking at what's out there, really looking at what things are getting visibility and why they're getting visibility. You saw me and said, well, this one's not making as much sales as this one because it's maybe because it's too broad. Maybe because it doesn't have a specific challenge associated with it. Like you kind of have to hypothesize like that. And even if you don't know the answers 100%, just try and start using your brain like that. Okay. All right. So it's debdrum.com/craft inspector if you want to take look at that software and also the bonus that you'll automatically get delivered when you purchase through my link. And I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day and a fantastic weekend.